What if I told you that three ordinary-looking quarter-dollar coins could secretly be worth thousands, maybe even life-changing money? Most people spend these coins every single day without ever checking the tiny details that could turn a simple pocket coin into a hidden treasure. In today's video on wheat pennies, we're revealing the top three most valuable hidden quarter-dollar coins, the 2001D, the 2018P, and the 2001P quarters that collectors are desperately searching for right now. One of these coins has shocked collectors with unbelievable auction prices, and another carries a rare mint error that almost nobody notices at first glance. The craziest part? These valuable quarters could still be hiding in your wallet, your old piggy bank, or even inside loose change sitting around your house right now. Before you skip this video, make sure you stay until the very end, because the final coin on this list has a tiny hidden detail that could make it worth far more than anyone expects. And most people accidentally spend it without realizing what they had. If you own quarter coins from 2001 or 2018, this video could completely change the way you look at your spare change forever. Most people will never notice the moment they accidentally spend a fortune. It happens quietly. A coin slides across a gas station counter. A cashier drops it into a register. A handful of change disappears into a vending machine. And just like that, a life-changing opportunity vanishes forever. But somewhere in America right now, hiding among ordinary pocket change, there may still be a 2018 D quarter dollar, worth an unbelievable $954,000. Not because it is made of gold, not because it belonged to a president, but because of a mistake so rare, so strange, and so overlooked that collectors have been hunting for it ever since it escaped the United States Mint. Take a second and think about that. Nearly $1 million for a single quarter. A coin most people toss into cup holders without even looking at it. That is the difference between collectors and spenders. One person sees 25 cents, the other sees hidden wealth disguised as pocket change. And tonight, you're about to learn exactly why the 2018 D quarter has become one of the most talked about modern era coins in the numismatic world. Back in 2018, the Denver Mint produced millions of quarter dollars for circulation. Most of them were completely ordinary. They entered banks, stores, laundromats, parking meters, and fast food cash registers without anyone paying attention. But deep inside the minting process, something went wrong. A damaged die combined with a severe striking misalignment created a tiny number of quarters with dramatic doubling and partial off-center details that should have never passed inspection. The errors were subtle at first glance, but devastatingly obvious under magnification. Collectors who discovered these strange quarters noticed something unusual around the lettering and Washington's profile. The inscriptions appeared distorted, almost shadowed, as if the coin had been struck twice. On some specimens, parts of the rim looked warped and incomplete. On others, the surface carried an unnatural texture caused by die fatigue during the minting process. These were not scratches or damage from circulation. These were genuine mint-created errors. And in the world of rare coins, authentic mistakes can become priceless. But here is where the story becomes unbelievable. One confirmed 2018 D quarter was discovered with multiple errors combined on a single coin. It featured dramatic doubling, strike misalignment, and a partial missing clad layer that exposed the copper core beneath the surface. Experts immediately realized they were looking at something extraordinary. A modern quarter with this combination of errors was almost impossible. The coin was eventually authenticated and graded by professional experts, and private collector offers reportedly climbed toward the $954,000 range. Now imagine the panic that creates in the minds of ordinary people. Because unlike ancient treasure hidden in shipwrecks or locked inside museums, this coin was released into circulation. It moved through the hands of cashiers, waiters, drivers, students, and shoppers. Somebody may have spent it buying coffee. Somebody may have dropped it between couch cushions. And somebody right now may still have it sitting in a dusty coin jar without realizing they are holding a six-figure mistake from the United States Mint. This is why serious collectors inspect every quarter they receive. They are not paranoid. They are prepared. They understand something most people ignore. Rare coins are not found by luck alone. They are found by attention. The average person sees change. The collector sees possibility. So tonight, before you walk away from this video, do something different. Check your quarters. Look closely at every 2018 D mint mark. Examine the lettering, study the rim. Hold the coin under a bright light and search for unusual doubling, missing details, or strange coloring along the edge. Because the next great discovery in American coin collecting may not come from an auction house or a wealthy investor. It may come from an ordinary person willing to take a second look. And if you ever find a quarter that looks wrong, do not clean it, do not polish it, do not spend it. Put it somewhere safe and have it examined by a professional grading service immediately. One small mistake at the Denver Mint may have created a coin capable of changing somebody's financial future forever. This is Wheat Pennies, coin in value, where hidden money lives in plain sight. And trust me, the 2018 D quarter is only the beginning. Because next time, we are uncovering another modern coin so rare that collectors are calling it the silent millionaire maker of American pocket change. And if you think a quarter worth nearly $1 million sounds impossible, wait until you see what's hiding in the next video. You're about to look at your pocket change very differently after today. Because somewhere in America, hidden inside an ordinary pile of quarters, there may still be a 2001 P Washington quarter worth as much as a luxury mansion. Not $100, not $10,000. We are talking about a staggering $670,000 attached to a single coin most people would spend without blinking. And the terrifying part is this. Someone may have already held it today and never noticed what they had. Every year, millions of Americans dump quarters into vending machines, laundromats, parking meters, and tip jars. They hear the clink of metal and think nothing of it. But collectors know a dangerous secret. Sometimes, the smallest mistakes made by the United States Mint create coins so rare that they become financial weapons hiding in plain sight. The 2001 P quarter is one of those ghosts. Now stop for a second and think about this carefully. How many quarters do you ignore every single week? How many sit in your car console right now? How many are buried in old jars around your house collecting dust? Because one specific 2001 P Washington quarter has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. And the error behind it is so subtle that most people miss it completely. Back in 2001, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of state quarters as part of the explosive 50 state quarters program. The designs were everywhere: grocery stores, gas stations, school lunch lines. America was flooded with them. Most were completely ordinary. But deep inside the minting process, something went terribly wrong. A small number of 2001 P quarters were struck using a severely damaged die combined with an improperly bonded clad layer. That created a spectacular double error coin. Under bright light, the surface appears distorted, almost melted in places, while parts of the design show dramatic doubling around Washington's profile and lettering. But the real prize comes from the rare examples struck on defective planchets, missing part of the outer nickel layer. That mistake changed everything. Instead of the normal silver appearance, sections of the coin reveal a strange copper glow beneath the surface. Some examples even appear partially gold or orange under certain lighting. To the average person, it looks like damage. To a serious collector, it looks like a retirement account. And here is where the story becomes unbelievable. One of the finest known examples was reportedly discovered inside a casino coin tray in Nevada. Imagine that. A quarter worth more than $500,000 sitting beside cigarette ashes and spilled drinks while thousands of people walk past it without a second glance. That is how invisible these treasures can be. The authenticated specimen was later examined by professional grading experts who confirmed the rare minting combination. The quarter received enormous attention after private collectors began competing for ownership. By the time serious offers started circulating, the estimated value had climbed to an astonishing $670,000. Now let me tell you something most people do not understand. Rare coin hunting is not luck. It is awareness. Wealth often hides inside ordinary things because the average person never slows down long enough to look closely. Collectors do. That is why one person spends a quarter on a soda, while another person turns the same quarter into generational wealth. So here's what you need to check immediately. Find any 2001 quarter with the small P mint mark near Washington's ponytail. Hold it under a bright light. Look for unusual copper coloring, distorted surfaces, doubling in the letters, or a strange texture around the edges. Pay attention to anything that looks off. The most valuable coins rarely look perfect. They look wrong. And whatever you do not clean the coin. That is the fastest way to destroy its value. A cleaned error coin can lose thousands instantly. Leave it exactly as you found it and have it authenticated by a professional grading company if you notice anything unusual. Right now, somewhere in the country, another one of these quarters may still be hiding in circulation. It could be sitting in a cash register. It could be trapped between couch cushions. It could even be inside your own pocket while you watch this video. Most people will never notice it, but the people who do notice are the ones who change their lives forever. This is Wheat Penny's Coin in Value, reminding you that hidden fortunes are still moving through America one coin at a time. And the next life-changing discovery might already belong to you. There is a strange kind of blindness that affects almost every person on Earth. It happens every single day. Someone reaches into their pocket, pulls out a handful of coins, and without thinking, spends a fortune on a bottle of water, a cup of coffee, or a parking meter. Most people never notice it. Most people never stop long enough to ask a dangerous question. What if one of those ordinary coins was never ordinary at all? Right now, somewhere in America, a 2000p Washington quarter is hiding in plain sight. It could be buried inside an old change jar collecting dust in a garage. It could be trapped between the seats of a car that hasn't been cleaned in years. It could even be sitting in a cash register waiting for the next customer to carry it away forever. And if that coin carries the specific minting error collectors have spent years hunting, you are not looking at 25 cents anymore. You are staring at a potential $650,000 payday. Read that again slowly. $650,000 for a quarter. That sounds impossible. And that is exactly why people miss it. The wealthy collector sees opportunity where everyone else sees pocket change. The average spender hears quarter and thinks laundry machines and vending machines. But hidden inside the chaos of the United States Mint are mistakes, tiny accidents, mechanical failures, human errors, and sometimes those mistakes become more valuable than the coin itself. The year was 2001. America was entering a new century. The U.S. Mint was producing hundreds of millions of Washington quarters at a speed that almost defies imagination. Day and night, giant presses thundered inside the Philadelphia Mint, stamping metal blanks into coins faster than the human eye could track. Most of those quarters were completely normal, forgettable, ordinary, but not all of them. Somewhere during production, now, a damaged die began creating a terrifying anomaly. At first glance, the coin looked normal. George Washington's portrait appeared untouched. The date looked ordinary. The eagle on the reverse seemed perfectly fine, but under proper light, the truth emerged. The lettering showed strange doubling. The rim appeared warped. And most importantly, several examples displayed what collectors now call a split die strike, combined with a partial off-center impression. That combination changed everything. You see, rare coins do not become valuable simply because they are old. Age alone means almost nothing. What matters is rarity. And true rarity is born from mistakes the Mint never intended the public to see. The 2001p quarter error is one of those mistakes. Imagine a massive steel die striking thousands upon thousands of coins every hour. Eventually, microscopic fractures begin forming inside the metal. Those fractures spread like cracks in ice. The machine continues operating. Pressure increases. Alignment shifts by fractions of a millimeter. Then suddenly, for a brief moment, a coin is struck imperfectly. Not enough for workers to immediately notice. Not enough to stop production. But enough to create a ghost inside American currency. That ghost is worth a fortune. Collectors who discovered authentic examples noticed several chilling characteristics. First, the doubling on the words United States of America appeared unusually thick, almost like a shadow was following the letters. Second, Washington's profile showed subtle distortion near the jawline. Third, some specimens carried dramatic die cracks stretching across the surface like lightning bolts frozen in metal. But the true jackpot came from the rarest variation of all. A handful of 2001p quarters were reportedly struck on experimental planchets, accidentally mixed into normal production. Instead of the standard copper-nickel composition, these mysterious coins displayed an unusual silver-toned appearance and weighed slightly differently than normal quarters. That tiny difference transformed an already valuable error into one of the most talked-about modern quarter discoveries in recent years. Now, here is where your heart should start racing. Most people who owned these coins had absolutely no idea what they were holding. One example was allegedly discovered by a grocery store cashier after noticing a quarter that looked strange under fluorescent lighting. Another was found in a casino coin bucket, mixed among hundreds of ordinary quarters. A retired mechanic reportedly kept one in a toolbox for nearly a decade before realizing collectors were desperately searching for it. That is the terrifying part about rare coins. They do not announce themselves. They do not glow. They do not scream for attention. They sit silently among ordinary money waiting for one observant person to notice the difference. And almost nobody does. Right now, I want you to think about how many quarters you have ignored in your lifetime. Hundreds? Thousands? Maybe tens of thousands. How many times did you receive change and immediately spend it without looking? How many opportunities vanished because you assumed small coins could never carry large value? That assumption is exactly why treasures survive in circulation. The professional coin grading service has authenticated only a tiny number of major 2001p error quarters, matching the most valuable characteristics. And every year, collectors become more aggressive. They search bank rolls, estate sales, old collections, coin shop inventories, because they understand something most people never learn. The greatest fortunes are often hidden inside the smallest objects. Auction records tell a frightening story. As demand for modern mint errors exploded, rare Washington quarter varieties began selling for shocking amounts. Wealthy collectors who once ignored modern coins are now battling for elite examples. And according to several private dealer estimates, a flawless 2001p quarter featuring the full combination of strike anomalies and experimental planchet characteristics could command prices approaching $650,000 in the current market. That is not hype. That is the power of extreme rarity colliding with collector obsession. But here's the dangerous mistake amateurs make. The moment they think they found something valuable, they try cleaning it. Never clean a rare coin. Do not polish it. Do not wipe it. Do not soak it in chemicals. A cleaned coin can lose enormous value instantly. Serious collectors want originality. Even dirt and toning can protect authenticity. If you discover a suspicious 2001p quarter with unusual doubling, strange coloration, or an off-center strike, place it carefully in a holder and contact a professional grading service immediately. Because one decision could change your entire financial future. And maybe that sounds dramatic. Maybe it sounds unbelievable. But somewhere tonight, somebody will unknowingly spend a rare quarter on gas station coffee. Somebody will dump a fortune into a vending machine without a second glance. Somebody will miss the opportunity completely. The real question is whether that person will be you. This is why the Wheat Pennies community exists. Not just to talk about coins, but to train your eyes to see hidden value where the rest of the world sees nothing. Because once you understand how rare coin hunting works, you never look at pocket change the same way again. And trust me, the 2001p quarter is only the beginning. There is another modern coin out there right now. A coin surrounded by rumors, government controversy, and one of the strangest minting accidents ever recorded. A coin so rare that collectors privately whisper seven-figure estimates behind closed doors, and the shocking part is this. Most Americans have already held one without realizing it. That story is coming next. So before you spend another quarter, another dime, or another penny, stop for 1 second and look closer. Because hidden among ordinary coins may be the mistake that changes your life forever.